Hi, everybody. I'm Barbara Robertson, and I am joined today with Nancy Moorbacher. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Barbara. It's great to be with you.
Thanks. We're going to be talking about Nancy's, well, it's not quite so new anymore, but still 2020 edition of Breastfeeding Answers, second edition. And we've done something kind of special with this book. We are going to be doing a book group with it. And we wanted to talk a little bit about the book and what's new about the book, and then a little bit about the group that we're going to be offering. First of all, Nancy, I want to say thank you so much for updating this book. This has always been my favorite reference book, and it's wonderful to have a new edition.
Well, thank you, Barbara. That's a lovely compliment. Yeah, it took me 2 years, so it's a long process.
Well, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the book so people can see. So there it is. And it's so interesting because what edition is this? It's kind of had many incarnations.
Yeah, it's actually the same as the Breastfeeding Answer book. I mean, I see them in my mind's eye as being basically the same book. That was originally published by lactation in 1991. You could see the blue one at the top of the stack there. And then that had 3 editions. And then I moved the book to Hale Publishing when lactation International closed its reference library. And then it became Breastfeeding Answers Made Simple. And now I wanted to show this slide because a lot of people don't necessarily realize that this is the same book. So it's now been shortened and simplified to Breastfeeding Answers. So that's where we are with it now. But as I mentioned, it did take me 2 full years to revise the book. It's a very lengthy process.
Well, and you say, the title's been shortened, but the book is quite a hefty one.
Yeah, well, we tried with the design to make it as short as possible, but we ended up adding about 30 pages because there was just so much new information.
Right. And so tell us a little bit about what is a little bit different about this book.
Okay. Well, there's a number of new topics that are covered in it. So, for example, I think you have a copy of the sales sheet here that lists some of it. One of the real big differences is there's a lot more images in it, and these are just some examples of. There's more than 200 new images. That was a comment that I got from people. They wanted more pictures. So, for example, the one in the lower left shows the acupoints that research found can help increase milk production in the women that they studied who were exclusively pumping. But I mean, this book contains information on COVID-19. It's got a whole new section on LGBTQ plus nursing. There's a lot about hand expression during pregnancy and how that is a really, it seems, important aspect of getting breastfeeding off to a good start, having that skill. There's just a lot of new things. The section on parental obesity and nursing, I'm really proud of, because I feel like there's a lot of new information in there that's important to understand.
Right. Well, and as as I mentioned, the book is definitely hefty. And so this is wonderful because you have several different kind of formats of the book, correct, Nancy? So this is right. The one I love. This is the one in my office that I used to prop my computer up on Zoom, and you can see other uses for it as well. So tell us about the different versions and formats that the book is available in.
Sure. Well, this is the hardcover edition, right, and it is 960 pages, but we also have a PDF edition, which is especially helpful for those outside the US who don't want to pay, a lot of shipping for the book. We have an EPUB edition, and we also have a Kindle edition. So the Kindle and EPUB editions do not include page numbers because they allow you to change the font size. So that's the one drawback to those. But the PDF, the pages look identical to the hardcover book.
And in my travel bag, I now have the new pocket guide as well. And so it's just wonderful that we have all these tools and resources.
Yeah, just to mention it, I mean, I did review more than 4,000 studies when I revised the book. So there is a lot of new information in it.
You have done all the research, so I don't have to. Thank you, Nancy.
You're welcome, Barbara. That's my goal.
All right. Well, and I love this book too, because it was so easy to read. It's very approachable. The way it's organized is just fabulous. And so just again, such a wonderful addition to our library as
Well,
lactation
thank you.
professionals.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Barbara. You know, my goal was to write it in such a way that it was useful to anyone who is a lactation supporter, from peer counselors all the way up to doctors.
Okay, and so let's talk a little bit about the Breastfeeding Answers second edition book group. And we are launching another version of this. We did, what, 3 sessions so far, Nancy?
Yes, we've done 3
Yeah,
book groups in 2021.
Yeah, we did it for the Midwest region WIC organization. We did it for Arizona WIC, and then we did it just like this one. Anybody can join.
Right.
And so do check that out. We're going to be starting, it's 10 sessions, and we'll be starting on March 13th. We're going to be having it on Sunday from 2 until 4 Eastern Daily Time. So those of our friends who are elsewhere in the world, which we were so surprised and delighted to have people joining us from different places, we tried to pick a time that we thought would be the most accessible for this.
Yeah, I found that so valuable to have attendees from all over the world, because we really learned a lot about how practice differs in different countries. And I think a lot of people came away with new ideas. So that was huge.
It was really wonderful. And I think that, you know, COVID is going on and on. During this time, we both talked about the connection, and getting together on Zoom was just such a valuable mental health practice for us as well during these times.
Yeah.
And we do record the session. So if you can't attend a live session, then you can go back and you can watch the recording. And we have 2 versions. We have a 36 LCERP, and we have a just for fun version, if you want to just join us and learn some more. Okay, well, let's talk about this. So this is an example. All of our materials are going to be housed on the online learning platform Thinkific. And so this is what it'll look like. And it's pretty typical online learning system. And you just go through and you can click, and it will give you the assignments and have support materials. And then at the end of each session, if you're taking CERPs, you're going to go ahead and take a quiz. And then at the end of that, you will automatically get your certificate of completion. So using Thinkific has been very nice as well. All right. Well, so yeah, we do want you to take your clinical skills to the next level. And so if you're interested in joining us or learning more about Nancy's new edition, you know, you can join us. You go to Breastfeeding Center of Ann Arbor. You can click on for professionals, book groups, and then you will find Breastfeeding Answers second edition. You can also use this QR code, and Nancy has information on her site. I have information on my site.
Right. We have a short link at the bottom, just as a note. You know, it is case sensitive. So you have to have the upper and lower case letters correct in order for it to work.
That's something I struggle with. So thank you, Nancy.
Sure.
All right. Well, we're so excited, and we hope that you will join us for our next edition of our book group, or at least get Nancy's new book. So thank you.
Thank you, Barbara.